All right, everybody, running into John from Flying Fish Board Co. here from Florida. And he's very instrumental in his area, keeping it alive with races and motivating people to paddle, and is here at the ICF. So John, tell us a little bit. We were just talking about the racing scene in the US, and Florida is just such a paddle friendly state actually. So what's going on in your neighborhood?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Florida. You know, it's a good, definitely like you just said, great paddle state. Lots of opportunities, tons of water, ocean, flat water like we see here. Down in our area in South Florida on the East Coast, we have local race leagues. Tuesday night in Jupiter, there's a race league. There's another race league or a training group rather, and Wednesday nights in Fort Lauderdale. So there's some activity for sure. I think where we're in great participation, by the way, like I was telling you, anywhere, roughly about 60 people a week show up to paddle. But like you and I talked off camera, it's a lot of older paddlers, and we're missing the junior presentation, or representation rather. So I feel like we got to figure something out, right? Like you had said, trying to get some school programs or some, coaching and things like that. So, but yeah, all in all, the paddle scene in Florida is strong, but it's older. It's aging rapidly.
And I think this seems to be a little bit of a syndrome all together. I know the Europeans are coming in strong with juniors, but it's not in the tens of thousands of juniors that are all frothing. We are kind of like seeing in Germany, we have canoe clubs that are integrating into the sport, and this, where we are here, this is a whole university. It's part of university campus here, from what I understand. So I think the key will probably like local clubs, local scenes, grassroots kind of things.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a grassroots thing to start. It takes an individual, right? And I wish I had more time, because maybe I would be the one that could help drive that. Yeah. But so like in California, you have Mike with a paddle academy, I believe it's called, if I'm wrong, but Mike Eisert does a great job there. And then a guy named Jared was in Wrightsville Beach, had a bunch of juniors, but those clubs are losing traction. I mean, it's hard, right? You're asking one individual to dedicate all their time towards these kids. So we need people who are motivated and passionate about the sport to donate their time for these juniors, I know I've spoke with Kim Barnes quite a bit, one of our top athletes, Kim, I believe, is 48 years old, right? So she's near the end of her career, and she's a PE educator, teacher. And so I believe one of her goals is to try to start a junior program once she's, kind of retired from racing a little more. And her kids are also, she has kids that are at that age where they're just starting to get old enough, and she can dedicate some time outside of her family. So it takes a person, right? It takes an individual, and then if it can grow from there, that's the key right now. So that would be my opinion. So if you're out there and you want to start a juniors program in the United States, I don't care where you're located, let's do this. So. Yeah,
this could be a spark here, and I find it quite inspirational, this whole facility here, and the amount of people that showed up after all. How is it? How do you like it here? How are you? I mean, have you been here? The facility here?
Yeah, I've been to this facility one other time for an ICF event. We had an ICS World Cup event here last year. So we're kind of familiar with this venue. It's great. We've also been to Oklahoma City, which also has an Olympic training facility. We were there 2 years ago, and that's actually a really great location, in my opinion. It was a wonderful event. So there's locations, right? There's the ability to have something. So, but this event, I think, so far has actually gone pretty well, other than some logistical issues with the weather and trying to rush some things. But yeah,
very cool. That's John from Flying Fish. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys in the next interview.
Thanks, guys.